CNN is the network that no one watches, well, hardly anyone watches, but people still like to talk about. And there's been a lot of buzz over the resignation, the abrupt resignation of the head of CNN, the bald-headed Jeff Zucker. Now, the stated reason for this resignation is so preposterous. Jeff Zucker has basically said, I've been having a relationship that began during COVID with CNN's head of communications, a woman named Alison Gollust. And I failed to disclose it. And so for this reason, I'm resigning. Now, the idea that a senior executive at the head of a company would be forced out because he had a relationship with a co-worker, a very senior co-worker, and didn't tell about it because it started recently under COVID and they didn't disclose it. This makes no sense. And everybody knows it makes no sense. And so obviously Jeff Zucker, the head of a news organization, is flatly lying. Now here's Trump, who put out a statement, obviously kind of exulting in the departure of Zucker. He goes, Jeff Zucker's not out at CNN for, quote, concealing a relationship. And as the fake New York Times writes, this New York Times, of course, is just playing the Jeff Zucker music. He goes, he's out because the horrible rating is down 90%, an all-time low. Now, true, Zucker has been a failure at CNN, but CNN, I mean, everyone over there is a failure. All their shows are like in last place. They're one disaster on top of the other. And in fact, they can't even report competently on their own organization. Here's Brian Stelter. He's supposed to be the media reporter. His show is called Reliable Sources. Well, he evidently had no idea what's going on at CNN. He's such a fool that he couldn't see what was going on around him. Or he did know. I think this is probably more likely. He did know, but he's corrupt. And so he's got sort of Jeff Zucker is a little water boy, and he was covering up for Zucker. And so even though he knew, this so-called media reporter is not disclosing a big story going on at CNN that was evidently broken from the outside. And in fact, when it was broken from the outside, Stelter jumps in to say that the outside reporting was inaccurate. Now let's think about what's the deeper story here at CNN. Well, the deeper story is this. This woman named Alison Gollust was apparently at CNN. And according to Rolling Stone, her relationship with Jeff Zucker has been going on for a long time. The Rolling Stone article implies, well, it says, that it's been going on since the mid-1990s. And it was not, in that sense, a big secret at CNN. This has been going on for a long time. But the interesting tidbit is that Alison Gollust then leaves CNN and goes to work for, guess who? Governor Cuomo. She goes to work for Governor Cuomo. And then she took that job in 2012. And then she resigned from that position and joined Zucker back at CNN, this time in a much higher position. And then what happens? Jeff Zucker and Gollust together become huge promoters of the Cuomos. First of all, they take untalented Chris Cuomo and they give him a show. He's doing horribly at the show, but nevertheless, this doesn't stop him from getting promoted. And then they become open advocates for Governor Andrew Cuomo. They begin to talk about Cuomo as a potential presidential candidate. They have Chris Cuomo interviewing his brother, making sort of fraternal jokes on CNN. You're thinking of running for president? No, why not? Will you consider it? All of this kind of banter aimed at elevating Governor Andrew Cuomo. And also, it turns out, very interestingly, not only does CNN cover up the nursing home scandal, in which Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo, is sending COVID-positive patients into these nursing homes, infecting all kinds of other people at those nursing homes, and causing a surge in nursing home deaths. You won't have found out a whole lot about that on CNN. And now we see from reporting in Rolling Stone, and I see it in a couple of other places, that, quote, I'm now quoting from Rolling Stone, Zucker and Gollust were advising the governor, not just at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, but the quote, the couple provided the governor with talking points of how to respond to the president's criticisms of New York. They also booked the governor to appear on the network exclusively, which became a ratings boon for CNN, with Chris Cuomo doing the interviewing. So in other words, here you have CNN kind of openly collaborating with a Democratic governor to sort of hit back at a Republican president. I mean, this is at the very least ethically inappropriate for a news network to do. So all of this impropriety has come out. How? Well, because CNN hired an outside firm, an outside law firm, to investigate Chris Cuomo. And in investigating Chris Cuomo, well, they found out about the Jeff Zucker, Allison Gollust relationship, which was evidently been going on. And it can't have been that hard to ferret that one out. So the consequence is that we're dealing here not with a marital failure and indiscretion and cheating, but we're also dealing with a corrupt environment in which, I mean, let's think about it. Don Lemon has had charges of sexual abuse. Then you have Chris Cuomo. Now you have Jeff Zucker. And it seems that poor, Jeffrey Toobin sitting alone in a room and sort of playing on his human guitar is probably he's the only guy who kept his hands to himself.